surge alert in India amid JN1 variant spread. What's really going on? This isn't just another news headline. Something is changing again. COVID-19 is showing signs of re-emergence in Asia, and now India's numbers are slowly inching upward. What's behind it? Is this another false alarm or something bigger? India has logged 11,100 plus active COVID-19 cases as of now, May 28, 2025. The number may seem small, but it carries weight, especially in context. In just past few days, 164 fresh cases have been reported. The three states showing the most movement: Kerala, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. Kerala alone added 69 new infections last week. Maharashtra followed with 44 and Tamil Nadu recorded 34. What's more worrying in this situation in Mumbai, where hospitals have reported 2 deaths, patients who also tested positive for COVID. Although officially not categorized as COVID-19 deaths due to underlying conditions, the alarm bells are ringing. This is not the time to relax. Let's be clear, the virus isn't gone. Mumbai's healthcare system is already showing signs of pressure. More than 200 newly constructed primary health centers and sub-centers are currently non-functional, not because they are not needed, but due to lack of staff, poor infrastructure and funding shortages. Ground workers have revealed a troubling reality. Each staff member is covering 1,200 homes. That's not just overwhelming, it's dangerous. Resources are limited. Some centers don't even have enough chairs. If a wave hits, are we even prepared? The JN1 variant, a sub-lineage of Omicron family, has been flagged as a variant of interest. First detected in 2023, this strain is believed to carry nearly 30 mutations including LF7 and NB1.8. While there is no confirmation that this variant is more severe, its increasing presence in countries like Hong Kong, Singapore, China, Thailand is no coincidence. In Singapore, cases have jumped from 11,100 to 14,200 in just a week. This is no random pattern. Warning immunity and viral mutations are creating the perfect storm. So, where does India stand? A high-level review was conducted by national health bodies, including the country's Emergency Medical Division and Research Council. Their message: the situation is under control. Active surveillance systems are in place. Hospitals have been told to monitor influenza like illness, severe acute respiratory infections. Emergency rooms are on standby. Health authorities are scanning every shift in case of load and patient system. Most of the recent cases in India are said to be mild. Very few need hospitalization. That's reassuring, but it's not a reason to drop our guard. Let's be honest, we have seen how fast things can change. What start as 200 cases can become 20,000 in weeks, if not handled properly. It's not just about infection numbers, it's about preparedness, awareness and public cooperation. And remember, this is happening in the backdrop of global shifts. Countries that were considered to be handling things well, like Singapore and Hong Kong, are now seeing hospital beds filling again. Warning immunity isn't just a statistic. It means more people are vulnerable today than they were a year ago. If boosters aren't updated and public health systems aren't reinforced, the consequences could be severe. Right now, the smartest move is caution. If you are feeling even mildly unwell, get tested. Wear masks in crowded or closed spaces. Avoid unnecessary travel if you are vulnerable or unwell. Maintain hygiene, especially in public spaces. Stay updated through official government sources. Don't fall for rumors, don't miss small numbers, and definitely don't wait until things spiral. This virus isn't looking for grand entrance. There is no room for complacency. Stay informed, act responsibly, and don't forget like, share and subscribe so more people stay aware of what's happening before it's too late.